Why failing this will never make you enter your desired reality. Now, for most of my life, I used to be a heavy complainer, and that originated from my parents constantly. Like, of course, there were no huge arguments in the house. Of course, they never went against each other, so don't get the wrong picture. It's just that, yeah, they used to complain a lot, and they still do to this day. And I inherited that from them subconsciously, and I didn't realize it at all. And this stuck with me for a long time. And I used to complain about all the different kinds of things in my local area, my education system, my classmates, my surroundings, how there was no one to play with, how there was no one quite on my level, how there was no one that could challenge me when it comes to just growth in general, how there was nothing interesting going on, how everything was just boring and stuff like that. And then when I went to middle school expecting things to change, barely anything changed. And I was like 15 years old around that time, so I was basically telling to myself like, come on, this is gonna be the middle school, this is gonna be where everything changes. I'm gonna meet all the baddies, I'm gonna meet all the fantastic people that come from this giant city. It's gonna be amazing. And guess what I received? The exact vibratory alignment of what I put my attention onto, which is the people who are constantly hooked on instant gratifications that filled my surroundings. Those kinds of people that just make fun of each other, that complain about life, that just, aren't serious most of the time. But when you talk to them one on one, they're the most intelligent people out there. So that was pretty interesting. And so one day, as I got finally hooked onto my self mastery journey in summer of 2023, and I began practicing Stoicism, I began noticing something very interesting. I started taking every single loss as a win. I started elevating vibrate my vibratory alignment with a higher emotional frequency, which was enlightenment instead of anger, apathy, fear, and all of these things. Whether there was nothing interesting going on in my town, I just found something interesting for myself. Whether something bad happened to me, like for example, I embarrassed myself in front of everyone, I just told myself, bro, they won't even remember this like 3 hours later. And plus, I can always just reflect back on it and get the life lesson, instantly elevating myself. And guess what? Everyone started subconsciously looking different at me. And it wasn't until a couple of weeks ago that I truly realized the true meaning of this. You can only receive what you are the vibratory alignment of. Now, vibrations through the human body is expressed as emotion. And what I'm talking about, vibratory alignment, is the way that you view life. Because you don't view life through your eyes, but through your mental attitude, where you put your attention, your thoughts, your beliefs, your identity about yourself. And yeah, your attention in general, where you put it on exactly what what kind of the spectrum, meaning that whether anything happens to you, even if it's something positive for you, positive for your ego, let's say, something pleasurable or something displeasurable for your ego, what matters is that you view it with an enlightened state of mind, that you can always learn from it, no matter how beneficial it is for you. Like, literally, even if the pleasure is right there in front of you, you still think to yourself at the at some subconscious level, how can I learn from this? How can I achieve a greater result? And instead of complaining about, oh, how this went wrong, how this timing didn't work for me, how this guy fucked me over and now I cannot do X and Y, instead of complaining about that, why won't you align yourself with the desired reality that you wish to be in? Why won't you feel the calmness, the serenity, the happiness, the love, the joy that you would feel when you would actually achieve the end result of the desired reality that you wish to be in? If you just do this and you think about it from the point of view as if you already had it, from the mental point of view, then it will slowly get presented to you and revealed to you in the physical realm, because there's nothing for you to create. Everything has already been created in the fourth dimension. You're only bringing it from the fourth dimension into our third dimensional physical plane. That's how this works. And don't just take this stuff from me. I know it may sound like woo woo nonsensical bullshit, but don't. But but trust me, bro. I have helped numerous amounts of people in the past just achieve their life goals and get on a better path in life. So yeah. Oh, and by the way, if you want to learn more about this, how you can take control of your ego, your mind, and your reality, on how you can level up as a man when it comes to discipline, resiliency, willpower, productivity, and all of these good things, then you can check out Timeless Readers Mindsets in the description. It will completely change your life for the better. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So yeah, if you just go around with this mental attitude that you already have the desired reality that you're looking for, and you view everything, even the setbacks that your ego views as bad, as something that is just a small bump in the way. You know how, like, when you're riding your bicycle and you get those small rocks that are on the pathway and you like bounce on them and they, make you lose track? Yeah, that's exactly what they are. But in the end, the road is always leading you to your desired reality. It is already materializing. Those little life tests that you're getting is on is only because you're only getting them because there's a spiritual entity that has been feeding and that you created with your negative energy over the past like 15 or so years. Now, let me tell you this. Emotion is the strongest energy type in the entire universe. That's why everything is trying to get you to react. And that's something that you should wrap your head around. It just makes sense. Like, for example, when you stub your toe, when you, for example, go to the toilet at 3 a.m., why does that happen? It's because the that one entity that now exists on the spiritual realm that's been feeding off of the emotion of complaint, of fear, of worry, and all these things has gotten so much power now that it can literally alter your reality on a whim just like that. And don't get this wrong, the entity doesn't have anything personal against you. It just wants to live, right? And guess what? Now that you're becoming the best possible version of yourself that you can become in this life, let me tell you, it is now fearing. It is literally shivering. And it is doing everything in its power so that you stay in your past reality, the one that doesn't serve you, the one that you're trying to get out of. That is what it is exactly doing. And before you can catch it and be like, oh, I see what you're doing right there, before you can view it as a little child that is trying to get your attention and meditate back on the fact that you are mentally in that desired reality of yours. And when you can literally say something like, ha, I got you, or something like, really, bro? Like how you would talk to your son or your daughter if you know if you caught them like trying to, I don't know, trying to test you or something like that. Yeah, because you cannot see this entity. It is on the spiritual realm, and the spiritual only means the unseen. It isn't any of this like church stuff. It only refers to the unseen. And here's the thing: the entity has been with you for a long time now, just like how the complaining entity has been with me for the past like 17 years of my life. That's why I sometimes break my stoicism. It happens, bro. And of course, I don't lash out or anything. I just keep it all bubbling inside of me because it always disappears like after an hour. It's completely fine. Like that's the level of emotional control that I've built up over the past like a year and a half, which is amazing. And so you just need to realize that you're on the right path because now the entity, it has put its fear onto you and it is doing everything in its power to just bring you back and to hammer you back into that past desired reality that doesn't serve you. Okay? So just always remember, if you fail this, you will never get into your desired reality. If you fail these tests, and especially during this last hour before the dam breaks and before you get all of the results that you wish to have, the respect, the money, the woman, the health, everything, all of these things before the righteousness gets added onto you, you must first seek the kingdom of heaven, the calmness, the serenity, the peace, the happiness, the love, all of these things that you would feel in your desired reality, you need to feel it right fucking now. And that's the cure on how you can basically always overcome the life test that that entity arranges for you. And instead, follow the new intuition that the new frequency or the mental attitude gives you, meaning the physical and the mental action that you will take when those life tests strike you. Okay? So just resist and persist, brother. That's just how this works. So basically, take control of your mind before it can take control of you. Because remember, it is only here to get your fear. It is only here to get you to complain or whatever that emotion may be for you that you're trying to overcome. And this entity, it isn't just fear, it isn't just anger, it is also stuff like lust, addiction, and all of these things. But let me tell you, once you connect with the infinite inside of you, which is God, who resides in the kingdom of heaven, which is nothing but a state of mind, of calmness, of peace, of serenity, of all of these things. And when you start to practice the teachings of stoicism, of discipline, of willpower, productivity, resiliency, and all of these things, it will just perfectly go hand in hand, and you will get into your desired reality like there's no tomorrow whatsoever. Okay? That's the game. Now you cannot lose. All you need to do now is just come back to this video whenever you need it, and it's always here for you. But until then, thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you